I struggle with imperfections and perfections. I think I've been actively intent on becoming a YouTuber to share knowledge, to meet people, to expand what is my photography business for over 5 years. And I've hardly followed through on many of the videos that I've started to create. I've experimented at teaching photography, and I would record a video, and because of my wish to be a better video editor, I was never satisfied with the results. I kept postponing when I would find available time to edit. I even experimented with making alternate types of content besides video editing, photography editing, and shooting. It was like I did this one day where I just tried making inspired videos based on famous YouTubers. Like drunk cooking was one, which one day I might share. I don't know. I did another one where I was trying different athletic feats and recording my wipeouts, and I tried doing a bunch of stuff, but all of it felt like I was either trying too hard or I was trying to be too perfect in the creation process, and I just stalled, postponed, and delayed, thinking somehow the content was unacceptable. And I've had a revelation over the years that I have trouble putting into practice. A little bit of perfection every day amounts to more results than setting lofty goals that you never follow through with, or waiting for available time that never comes, or just getting lost in trying to add too many different coats of paint, trim, decorations, trying to make things too perfect. So last week I found myself back home in Nova Scotia, and I met an artist. She is a very talented artist, mind-blowing in some of her discipline, but she is lost in her own search for perfection, that for 10 years she's been growing her skill and is not yet published because she doesn't think anybody wants to see her stuff, or it's not good enough yet, or it's not ready yet. And she's hardly made a dime off of a passionate career that she set her eyes on. And it feels like she's on the edge of burnout, where by the time she gets even close to being what she thinks is ready, she's just going to take a cashier job in a rural community and just waste away without ever having put herself out there in the world. And I was insisting to her that, why are you hesitating? Why don't you just put yourself out there? Just say hi world in a first video, record it, throw it up online, put a little bit of imperfection up online every day, and gradually, as that easy, simple task and that lack of focus on perfection happens, you'll be out there, and that will add up, as opposed to delays. So this is my first step at introducing myself again on my channel. I've probably introduced myself a dozen times before in videos I've never published. So having lost track of what I've put online and trying to not hesitate, here I am. I'm Andrew Miller. I'm a photographer, a good one, I believe. Awesomephotography.ca is my website. I'm trying to publish a book. I'm trying to do a variety of things in my life. It's a bit of an accordion where I sometimes feel like I can take on everything, but sometimes I realize I'm not available emotionally or time-wise for everything that I might be capable of. So my focus in life in recent years has been to narrow the scope to things I am available to do. When I have a dream or a vision, do what I'm capable of doing. Right now, this simple, unedited video is what I am available to do and capable of doing. While I am capable of using much more expensive equipment, much better audio devices, by the time I've collected those things, I will have lost the inertia, the momentum. Even now, this is the second video today I've recorded about this subject. The first one was a ramble, but there was some good content in it. But then I stopped. I realized I had put the camera on. I was just recording my desktop. I thought, well, that's not good enough. And then I started going around wondering if I should like fix my hair. I ended up finding my vest and trying to find accessories. And I ended up spending like a lot of the energy and time where I could be creating, fidgeting and delaying and trying to get things that would make things more perfect. And finally I had to stop, sit down, say, screw the hair, the vest is here, whatever. And I mean, the lighting. I have 2 flashlights bouncing off of paper reflectors just because the light in the house wasn't perfect enough. And I spent the time grabbing all this and setting it up. And I find myself constantly caught up in this struggle to try to not do things perfectly. So this video is online, and I'm grateful that it will be online because it was a little bit of imperfection today, and it was done, and I was available. And I hope to keep doing this because these little imperfections every day will amount to more than the many things that I've not done, that I was capable of, but I was never available to do. Thank you, and hopefully we'll talk more about this later.